I want to start talking a little bit about, am I not very loud? Okay. I can actually pick this up a little bit and try to let people know that I don't know where Jackie is right now, but she's a very important part of this. I had rumors that there was some champagne, and this wonderful lady, it was her birthday yesterday. So everybody should wish her a happy birthday first. Oh, multiple birthdays. Are you selling your glass too? Oh, okay. Anyway, Kathy and I came, just to let you a little bit know, we're out at the New England Convention this week, and we were heading back here. I seen something on the freeway that I've never, ever seen before. And Kathy tells this story better than I do. As most of you realize, she's much better at this than I am. So, Kathy?
Well, we're driving across the border into Missouri, and there's road construction every place. I hate that dang stuff. But we got stopped. We're sitting in traffic, patiently waiting our turn to move on. And we're sitting, as chance would happen, right next to a cop. He's pulled a guy off on the side of the road, and we've got the windows open because it was still warm. The cool front had come through. And so the cop's talking to the guy, and we can hear the conversation. And he said, sir, he said, you were just driving way too fast. And the guy said, I'm sorry. I'm on the way to a Shriners convention. I'm a juggler. I'm a professional juggler. And he said, I've got to get there. I'm late. And the cop said, well, he said, tell you what, he said, I love juggling acts. If you can just juggle a little bit for me while I'm here, he said, I'll let you go with just a warning. Okay? And the guy said, can't. He said, all my equipment got sent on. He said, it's waiting for me when I get to the circus. And the cop said, hey, I got some flares in the trunk. Could you use flares? And the guy said, well, I suppose maybe. So the cop goes over, opens his trunk up, gives him 5 flares, lights them all, and the guy starts juggling. And he was good. I mean, he was throwing them suckers about 20 feet in the air. And we're all sitting there watching, and we were just fascinated. And all of a sudden, behind us, out of the corner of our eye, we see this car pull up, and it pulls in right behind the cop car. And the guy opens the door up, and he kind of weaves just a little bit over, and he goes to the back of the cop car, and he opens the back door, and he gets in and sits down. And the cop's watching, and he's like, buddy, what are you doing getting in my car? He said, I figured I might as well just sit in here, and you can haul my butt to jail, because I can't pass that test.
Okay. That's our story coming back from New England. And that's as good as they get. So anyway, really, Kathy and I are very honored to be able to talk about this class. I want to thank Bob Grissom for volunteering us, kinda. I want to really thank Jackie, because it really is, to look at this is just amazing. It's a beautiful collection. Her and Randy were married for 20 years. And as you can see, they had a real love for carnival glass. You can just see it. And it's one of the things that I think Jackie still loves the people as much as the glass.
Galen, a little bit.
That better? I can hold this, or else I can get the mic out. One of the things that Jackie was kind enough, we asked her for some stories about some of the pieces in that, and I don't even know where all the pieces are she gave us stories about yet. I haven't had a chance to look at any of it yet. But the first one is about the Connie water set. And I'll let Kathy tell that story, then I'll, hopefully this is, okay.
It'll get better. Never mind. Okay, so the first piece is the Connie water set, which is right over here. And this is in Jackie's words, okay? She said, we attended the Seek auction of the Whitley glass in Texas on February 18th in 1995. There was a blue water pitcher in the auction that we really wanted, but someone else wanted it more, so we didn't get it. So I always loved water sets, and I wanted the Connie water set. We were able to get it, but it only had 5 tumblers. I believe Jim said that Cecil was keeping one of the tumblers for her tumbler collection, which was fantastic. At this time, we did not know the Whitleys. After the auction, Cecil was coming up the aisle, and Randy stopped her and asked to meet her husband, Cecil. He thought Cecil was Mr. Whitley. Well, Cecil let him know in no uncertain terms that that was her. So Randy asked her what she would take for the one last tumbler, and she said $10,000. Well, needless to say, we didn't get that tumbler, but we got something much better. the friendship of Floyd and Cecil Whitley.
A very, very great story. It's one of the things about Carnival Glass. Kathy and I decided that we couldn't talk about all these pieces. We picked out 3 pieces each, and they're probably not your favorites. And actually, I'm not going to tell you if we're going to bid on them or not either, but we like them all. So we're going to try to keep this to about 30 minutes. I'm all for that. Thank you. I want to let you back up here and touch this and feel this, but yes.
So what's the story? And he said, just crap in the carburetor. She said, oh, how often do I have to do that?
Okay. Anyway, Kathy's jokes are, that's as good as they get too. So anyway, the first piece I really want to talk about is number 168, which is the tree trunk JIP marigold vase. And
where is it?
Yep. Anyway, one of the things I like to do at auctions is necessarily do a little bit of research to see if how often something sells. And I'd never heard of these before, so the first one I've ever seen, and first one Kathy's ever touched, as far as I know. And anyway, I did some research, and we found out that only had all the records we could find, only of 3 of them ever selling, and none in the last 5 years. So this one, we believe, came actually from Tom Mordini, and it was part of the Dick and Sherry Bechtel collection. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what Jackie remembered. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. The next one that Jackie shared with us was about the Christmas compotes. Marigold and purple up here. And she said, the first convention I attended after Randy passed away was our own Sunshine State Carnival Convention on January 28th of 2006. The Rhoda auction was selling the collection of Aaron and Arlene Hurst. It just so happened that these 2 compotes were in the auction, and it just so happened that the day of the auction, January 28th, was Randy's birthday. He had always talked about owning a Christmas compote, so I purchased these 2 compotes in honor of Randy.
It's okay to applaud. I think it's a great story and a great honor for Jackie to do that. The next piece I want to talk about is number 34, which is the Blue God and Home Tumbler. I'm going to guess it's probably on the other end. I'm just looking at numbers, but that's fine. I think everybody knows what a God and Home Tumbler is and looks like. To me, it's kind of it's what Carnival Glass is all about. God and home and beautiful glass. And it's not an exceptionally rare piece, but it sure is beautiful. And it's something I'm glad that we'll have the opportunity to buy tomorrow. So.
Okay, next piece I selected is number 33, which is the ice green Nippon plate. That got a special place. Good. Apparently, it's the only one reported in ice green. Plates can be found in marigold, amethyst, green. But when you get to the ices, whole different story there. And this particular one, I like peacock tail. I like Nippon. Nippon's easy to tell because it's got that little flower thing in the middle. So if I see one of those, I'll know definitely which one to pick up. But the color on this one is absolutely amazing. Can't say anything more about it. It's just beautiful. Did you go shopping today?
No, we had this discussion earlier. So you can tell everybody, though. It's okay.
Okay. Well.
This is kind of me, what I did to Kathy, but she's going to tell it as a Swen and Ole joke because it fits to them, too.
So Sven was out shopping in the mall when he met his friend Ole outside the jewelry store. And Ole noticed that Sven had a little wrapped box in his hand. And he said, Val, what have you just purchased, Sven? And Sven said, Val, now that you've asked, Ole, it's Lena's birthday tomorrow. And when I asked her this morning what she wanted for her birthday, Lena said, oh, I don't know, dear. Just give me something with lots of diamonds. So, what did you get her, Ole says. Sven smirks and says, I bought her a deck of cards.
It's fitting.
Big spender, you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next piece I'd like to share is a story from Jackie. It's actually it's more than just one piece. It's number 23 is the piece with the painted, the experimental colored rose column vase. I think it's just gorgeous, but how she acquired it is probably the cutest story. This is in Jackie's words. Jackie didn't remember exactly where they got the amethyst rose columns. So kind of like a lot of us, you buy some glass and sometimes you don't remember, especially early. The marigold blue teal came from a Burns auction of the Spanger collection in 1996. As you may notice, the marigold one just a little bit taller than the rest. And they purchased the green one from a Sikh auction at the Poucher auction in 1995. The experimental rose columns vase was bought privately from the Whitleys. Apparently, Cecil had forgiven them by then. But anyway, how Jackie had done is she had looked at the vase. Randy and Floyd had talked about selling it, or Lloyd had talked about selling it. And, anyway, he wasn't exactly ready that day. So what Jackie had done is she took a picture of the 4 vases without the 5 vases without the painted one, with the experimental, and sent it to the Whitleys. Needless to say, she got
for it right there in the middle.
So anyway, it was part of I think that space was filled shortly thereafter. So it's a very cute and wonderful story. So anyway, Kathy, which is your next piece?
My next piece is number 30, the Frolicking Bears Pitcher in Green, which is over on the top over here. And Jackie actually wrote an article for the Sunshine State Club. And I don't remember if I asked you what year it was when you wrote it, but I'm going to read that. Frolicking Bears by Jackie Poucher. A U.S. glass company originated this pattern in 1895. It was made in clear glass only. Pattern wasn't iridized until Fenton Glass perfected the process in 1905. I don't know how many water pitchers and tumblers were made, but as of this writing, only 3 water pitchers and 6 tumblers are known. First water pitcher was found in 1967, the second in 70, and the third in 72. One of these belongs to a couple in Virgie, Kentucky. They purchased it from a private collection 8 years ago. They don't own any tumblers. The third one that was found in 72 was discovered at a garage sale by a woman in Kansas City, Missouri. She paid a whopping $10 for this piece of glass. Apparently, she knew what Carnival Glass was because she was able to turn right around and sell it to another person in Kansas City for $3,000. Jim Mogg was the purchaser of this fine water pitcher, and he had it in his collection until June 22nd, 1979, when he put it into a Woody auction. Floyd and Cecil Whitley purchased the pitcher at that auction. They had this wonderful pitcher in their collection for 21 years. They recently sold the water pitcher to Randy and I, and we are very glad we had the chance to own such a great piece of glass. Floyd also sent us a clear glass Frolicking Bears pitcher tumbler in white. This tumbler was never iridized. There's one more water pitcher, but I don't know the history of that piece. Of the 6 known tumblers, I know of 4. I don't know where the last 2 are located.
Isn't that a great story?
Little provenance to go with.
Which is always fun.
Dorothy Taylor?
Dorothy Taylor. Cool. Very cool. And Kathy, I think you have one more piece you want to talk about before we go on.
I do, and I don't know where it is. Number 126 is the Emerald Green Good Luck Bowl. That away?
Thank you. Just direct us kind of in the area.
Okay, so the Emerald Green Good Luck Bowl, which is right here. And I'm not going to pick it up with one hand, so.
It's fine. I prefer you didn't.
I like Good Luck. I like the green. This one happens to be radium and gorgeous and spectacular, and on top of it, it's got good luck in its name. Who could ask for anything more? And that's what I'd like to wish everybody who bids on any of this beautiful glass tomorrow. Good luck.
So, anyway, I'm going to ask you all a question. I mean, Kathy's told you 3 jokes. I know you laughed just because I asked you to. Some people have a different sense of humor. Anyway, she does have one more joke if you want to hear it. Same results. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Sven went over to visit Oldie, and Lena said, oh, he's down in the barn. So Sven goes down to the barn and he looks in the window and here's Ole gyrating and twisting in front of the tractor. He slides one of his coverall straps down and he's gyrating around some more. And finally Sven's just had enough. He opens the door and he says, Ole, what in the heck are you doing? And Ole said, well, Lena and I haven't been getting along so good lately, so I went to the doctor and I asked him what I should do. And he said, well, you're going to have to do something to a tractor.
Okay. I warned you. I warned you. Anyway.
It was better than would I.
Better than would I heard. Okay. Anyway. I don't know. Sometimes you just can't. When she's done, you don't know where to go with it. It's just awesome. I guess that's why I love her smile. Anyway, as we were saying earlier, oops, go ahead. Later. Kathy will explain it. She had to me too, so it's okay. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, we had a very hard time choosing what pieces and what would be our favorite. And I hope that everybody tomorrow will look this over because this is an opportunity that you don't get very often to see glass this beautiful. It's an honor to get a little talk about it. We didn't discuss near the detail that probably some people would like. Jackie has got some great provenance on a lot of the pieces, and I know she'd like to share it with people if you want to hear it. So please don't be afraid to talk to her and ask her. She was showing us some different stories and different provenance she had with them. So
tomorrow all you have to do is hold up your card the longest. All right? We all know that routine? Yes. But yes, it was extremely difficult picking out 3 pieces. And we were trying not to do the ones that everybody might have heard about already. Or maybe you can talk to Jackie instead of us to get a little more of that. Because that's part of where the history starts also. Yeah.
Actually, Kathy had a plan about this talk.
I did.
Yes. And I'll let her explain that too. This isn't a joke. This is true.
I thought if we could keep everybody awake until after midnight, most of us are having a little trouble staying up that late at night. But if I could keep you all up until after midnight, maybe you'd be sleepy and you wouldn't make it to the auction on time, and then I could get what I wanted.
As you can see,
that's not working either.
It's not working. It's good. Anyway, one of the things that Kathy and I finish our talks with, and it's kind of some words of wisdom. It's yesterday was history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. I want to thank every one of you for listening to me and Kathy, and especially listening to Kathy's jokes today, for sharing this gift with us. Thank you.